Did you know that most moms admit they say yes to things they don't want to do at least 3 times a day? Whether it's extra work at the office, favors for friends, or even family obligations, moms often carry the burden of being everything for everyone. But here is the truth. Every yes you say without meaning comes at the cost of your peace, your energy, and sometimes your dreams. So what is the right time to say no without guilt? That is what we are unpacking today. Hi lovelies, welcome to Gakeni, the channel where we talk about mompreneurship, motherhood, finances, and creating a life on your own terms. Today I want to talk about one of the hardest things moms struggle with, saying no. And not just saying it, but saying it without carrying the weight of guilt. Because the truth is, when you learn to say no, you don't just protect your time, you reclaim your freedom. Why does saying no feel so hard? As moms, we are conditioned to nurture, help, and always show up. From the moment we become moms, there is an unspoken expectation to be endlessly available, endlessly giving. We are told that good moms put everyone else first, whether it's kids, partners, or extended family. Over time, this conditioning becomes part of our identity. We feel we must show up for everyone, even when it leaves us empty. While nurturing is a beautiful part of motherhood, it becomes harmful when it erases our own needs. You can care for others and still care for yourself. Society sometimes praises the mom who does it all, even though doing it all is draining. We've all heard it, wow, you're a super mom. And while it may sound like a compliment, it is actually part of the problem. Society glorifies mothers who juggle work, home, parenting, and relationships without ever stopping to rest. But behind closed doors, that supermom is often exhausted, anxious, and overwhelmed. Doing it all doesn't make you stronger. It makes you drained. Real strength is knowing your limits and honoring them, not burning out for applause. Guilt kicks in when we feel like we are letting someone down, whether it is our boss, our kids, or our community. Mom guilt is powerful because it is tied to love. We feel guilty when we say no to overtime at work because we think we are letting our boss down. We feel guilty when we take 30 minutes to ourselves because we think our kids need us every second. We even feel guilty saying no to a social or community commitment because we don't want to disappoint others. But guilt isn't always truth. It's often just a signal that you are finally putting yourself on the list. And that is not selfish, it is necessary. But here is the reality. Every time you say yes when you don't mean it, you are saying no to something else that truly matters. Your health, your family, or your dreams. So how do you know it is the right time to say no? Here are some signs. 1. When it compromises your well-being. Your health is the foundation of everything. Your family, your work, your dreams. When a commitment leaves you exhausted, anxious, or resentful, it's not worth it. Whether it is overcommitting at work, volunteering out of obligation, or saying yes to every family request, these things chip away at your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Saying no in these moments is not selfish, it is self-preservation. Protecting your energy allows you to show up fully where it truly matters. 2. When it doesn't align with your priorities. As moms and entrepreneurs, our time is already stretched. Every yes should move you closer to your goals or align with your values. If you are focused on growing your business, building financial stability, or spending quality time with your family, then requests that pull you away from those priorities, even if they seem small, become distractions. A clear no helps you stay committed to the vision you're building instead of scattering your energy in too many directions. 3. When you are stretched too thin. It is tempting to keep saying yes because we want to be helpful, supportive, or the reliable one. But when your schedule is overloaded, every yes adds more stress and less joy. Eventually, burnout creeps in, and then no one gets the best version of you. Not your kids, not your partner, not even yourself. Recognizing when you are stretched too thin is powerful. It is the moment you choose to honor your limits and refill your cup before trying to pour into others. 4. When it's not your responsibility. How many times have you cleaned up after everyone, handled school duties meant for someone else, or taken on tasks at work that weren't part of your role, just to avoid conflict or guilt? These are hidden traps for moms. We become the default problem solvers even when the responsibility isn't ours. The truth is, constantly carrying other people's load robs them of growth and leaves you depleted. Saying no in these situations is actually fair. It allows everyone to own what is theirs. Saying no in these situations isn't selfish, it is self-preservation, and moms need that more than anyone. So now that we have looked at the signs, how do we say no without guilt? 1. Be clear, not defensive. When you say no, you don't need to over-explain or justify yourself. A short, firm statement like, "I can't commit to this right now," is powerful. It shows confidence, respect for your own time, and avoids opening the door for negotiations. Being defensive often leads to guilt or feeling like you have to prove your no is valid. Clarity communicates self-respect. 2. Offer alternatives. That is if you want. Saying no doesn't always have to be a hard stop. If the request is important but the timing isn't right, you can offer another option. "I can't do it today, but maybe next week." Or "I can't help with that, but I know someone who might be able to." This way, you maintain kindness and connection without overexerting yourself. 3. Practice boundaries. Like any skill, setting boundaries becomes easier the more you do it. At first, saying no might feel uncomfortable or even selfish, but the more you practice, the more natural it feels. Over time, it becomes a lifestyle. You protect your time, energy, and mental space automatically instead of treating it as a rare act of courage. 4. Remember your why. Every no has a bigger yes attached. When you decline an extra task at work, you are saying yes to more rest, better focus on your business, or quality time with your kids. When you turn down an obligation that drains you, you are creating space for peace, growth, and joy. Keeping your why in mind makes boundaries easier to uphold because you are not just rejecting something, you are choosing what matters most. Think of your no as a shield protecting what matters most. So what are the benefits of saying no? 1. You will have more energy for what truly matters. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you are saying yes to something that fuels you. Instead of scattering your energy across endless commitments, you can focus on your family, your business, your health, or simply resting. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if your time went into things that actually bring you joy and growth. Saying no creates room for the things that deserve your best energy. 2. You will feel less resentful because you are no longer overcommitting. Resentment often builds when we say yes out of guilt or obligation. Deep down, we wish we hadn't agreed, and then we carry that frustration into our relationships. By saying no upfront, you avoid the emotional weight of doing things you don't want to do. The result is that you show up with a much lighter heart, free from bitterness, because you are only investing in what feels right for you. 3. You will gain respect from others. People start to value your time when you do. When you always say yes, people assume your time is unlimited. But when you set boundaries, others begin to see your time as precious and they treat it that way. Saying no actually teaches people how to interact with you. They start to think twice before making unnecessary requests, and when you do say yes, it carries more weight because they know you've chosen it intentionally. 4. You will model healthy boundaries for your kids. Your children are often watching. When they see you stretching yourself too thin, they learn that self-neglect is normal. But when they watch you confidently say no, they learn an even more powerful lesson, that it is okay to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being. By modeling healthy boundaries, you're not just improving your own life, you're equipping your kids with the courage and self-respect to do the same as they grow up. Imagine your child growing up seeing you honor your limits. That's a powerful lesson in self-respect. So what is the right time to say no without guilt? It is the moment you realize your yes is costing you too much. Remember, every no you say gives you space for the life you're building, and you don't owe anyone your burnout. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with another mom who needs this reminder, and drop in the comments what is the hardest thing you've had to say no to. See you in the next one. Bye bye.